Welcome to the Simplify Your Life podcast. It's Coach Simona, and I'm glad you decided to tune in. Hey everyone! In today's podcast episode, we're going to talk about how to be excited about life again. And I'm going to share with you 5 practical tips on how to make life more exciting. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Simona, certified life coach and author of the book 111 Ways to Simplify Your Life. I make weekly podcast episodes on personal development, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to subscribe. Now, before we get into my 5 tips on how to be excited about life again, I want to share with you my personal experience of not being satisfied with what my life looked like a few years ago. I was working at an advertising agency as a copywriter, and while I really loved my job, it felt exhausting and a bit repetitive at some point. I wasn't excited to go to work. I was in this in-between stage of my life where I knew that I had to change something, but I had no idea where to start. I knew that I wanted to help other people. I was reading constantly books on psychology and personal development, and fast forward to the best decision I've ever made, which was to become a coach and quit my corporate job. But that's a story for another time. Why am I telling you all of this? Because I know what it is to not be excited about life, to feel dull, empty, like something's missing. Sometimes the reason for not feeling excited about life is you're feeling empty inside and numbing your feelings. Or the answer may even be more simple than that. You just don't enjoy where you are in life right now. If you wonder why you feel empty, I recommend listening to episode 108 after this one. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Now let's get into my first tip on how to be excited about life again. Remember who you were before everyone else told you who you should be. If your life doesn't feel exciting anymore, that is a clear sign that something has to change. While you don't necessarily have to change your circumstances, you're definitely going to have to change the way you live your life in terms of the choices you make and the way you view what you already have in your life. So how can you remember who you were before everyone else told you who you should be? By asking yourself some introspective questions and taking some time to reflect and journal on them. Since you struggle to find excitement in life, the first step you can take is to remember all the things that used to bring you joy and incorporate them into your life again. Here are 6 journaling questions to get you started. 1. Who are you when no one's watching? 2. What did you enjoy doing growing up? 3. Is there a hobby that used to bring you joy that you would really love to incorporate into your life again? 4. If you had a magic wand, what would you erase from your life right now? 5. Now, what can you do to minimize the negative impact it has on your life? 6. What nourishing activities can you incorporate into your life? Now, all of these questions will help you get to know yourself better by leaving all the roles you play and all the things that you've been told you should or shouldn't do. Which actually brings me to my next point. Live according to your core values. If you're not excited about life, that means that there is a clear misalignment between what's currently happening in your life and what's truly important to you. So what are your core values? Your core values are a set of principles that guide you in life. They help you make better decisions and can lead to more joy, excitement, and fulfillment in life. So how do you find your core values and what are some examples of them? I'm going to share with you the easiest personal core values exercise I know. You just need to think of the 3 most important things for you. For example, my top 3 core values are freedom, love, and health. Now, if you're not sure what your core values are and want some inspiration, make sure to download your free core values cheat sheet by clicking the first link in the description box below or visiting bit.ly/98values. My next tip on how to make life more exciting is to try something new every week. I was first gonna say every day, but let's be real here. Who has time to think of new fun stuff to do every day? With all the tasks on your to-do list and the chores around the house, even if you can't make life exciting daily, at least not right away, you can definitely think of something exciting, new, and fun to try out every week. So what are some ideas for incorporating new, exciting activities into your life? You can try out something that you haven't done before, which for every person would mean something different. If you have time, I suggest brainstorming some of them right now. You would be surprised how many ideas will come to you once you start writing. Here are a few suggestions to get the ball rolling. Take a writing class. Start drawing. Watch a tutorial on calligraphy. Call someone you haven't heard from in a while. Count the clouds in the sky. Take dancing lessons. Learn the lyrics to a song. Play a board game that you haven't tried before, etc. The more ideas you come up with, the better. What you will also notice while brainstorming is that some of these ideas will instantly excite you, while some of them will seem like a ton of work. But you know what? Some of my favorite hobbies, such as editing videos, I've discovered by chance. So why not try out something new? You've got nothing to lose and so much to gain. Which actually leads me to my next tip, which is to get your blood pumping. I already mentioned that trying new things is a great way to get excited and feel more alive than ever. But what are some other ways you can get your blood pumping? Here are some suggestions. Start exercising even if it's just once or twice a week. Dance to your favorite music. Try playing competitive games with your friends. Watch a scary movie or choose something with a lot of action going on. Why am I suggesting all of these things? Because to get excited, sometimes you need to get an adrenaline rush. If you feel sluggish, unmotivated, you need something to wake you up, to remind you that life is about being in your body and doing things, rather than overthinking and waiting around for something to happen. It's about making things happen. So anything that can get you excited about life again is a good option. Sometimes even watching a movie can snap you out of a rut and help you resolve some of your problems. Now, if you often find yourself battling with racing thoughts and anxiety, I've made a video on this topic on my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it after this episode, head over to youtube.com/Coach Simona. My next tip is to be grateful for what you already have in your life. Excitement and gratitude go hand in hand. If you're not pleased with what you already have going on in your life, it's difficult to express gratitude. And if you don't appreciate the small things, it's almost impossible to get excited about life. So how can you express more gratitude and get excited about the most mundane things again? By noticing them. If you're not excited about life at the moment, that means that you're too invested in old storylines or what you want your life to look like, without actually enjoying what you already have right here, right now. Noticing the things and people you have in your life will bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of excitement. That type of excitement you had growing up when you were discovering things for the first time. You can still discover things for the first time, even if you've seen them a million times before. It's about being present and mindful of your surroundings. For example, next time you see your partner, notice something that you love about them. It could be their messy hair when they've just woken up, or that little freckle under their eye. Get excited about truly seeing them with a new set of eyes every day. Do the same next time you walk around the neighborhood. Notice all the cars that are passing by, the cold wind on your cheeks, all the small things you normally don't notice. But this time, it's different. Because you know what? This moment will never repeat itself ever again. And if you're grateful for the opportunity to capture that and stay still for a moment, you will find much more meaning than ever before. You will make life more exciting by appreciating it for what it is. A strain of random experiences and unrepeatable moments. That's why I wrote my book, 111 Ways to Simplify Your Life, to help you find excitement and joy in the simple things in life again. If you want to learn more, just click the link in the description box below or simply visit coachsimona.com/book. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this episode helpful, please like it. And subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on my weekly podcast episodes. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll talk to you in the next one.